Mitch, even if it didn't end like you wanted it to, what do you think the guys got out of this whole experience?
Probably that word more than anything, the experience. Second game all together, playing really competitive games against really, really good teams, seasoned, experienced teams that have been in similar situations. I'm not sure about all the cup experience of all the teams, but be able to feel those games, work those games, be in the moment in those games, I think is invaluable experience.
Over to Max.
How do you explain that Vic seems to struggle a bit more, right, between this game and the one on Saturday tonight?
I think we struggled more as a team, so that probably played a part in that. We gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, which hurt us getting out in transition. And I thought there was just a couple times offensively. We got a little bit in a rush or in a hurry. Thought when we played with the appropriate pace, but with the right spacing and the right tempo, we got some really good looks, and we missed them. And I think it was probably more of a team thing than I thought Victor was individually struggling.
Tim in the back.
Mitch, how valuable could this be? There's obviously going to be a whole lot of teachable stuff from the last 14, 15 minutes that you're going to see on tape. Not like the guys need to be taught how to play, obviously, but how valuable can this be for next time, whenever next time comes?
Yeah, I think, again, the start of the fourth quarter and understanding how valuable each possession is and how much that 8-point run can be hard to then combat and equal out. And it was, you give them credit, they made plays, but it felt like we participated in some of the opportunities they got there in terms of whether it was backing up, guarding somebody and letting them get a rhythm three, offensive rebounds, just some really good experiences. Yeah, you got to execute, and you got to make sure that when there is a moment where the game feels like it's getting away from you, that's when you sometimes need to make a stand, and sometimes that's a fundamental play. It has nothing to do with directly involving the basketball.
I guess another opportunity, rare opportunity that the Cup presents is you almost never see a rookie 2 months into his career play on a stage like this. How did you feel that Dylan performed, especially tonight?
I thought he was great. I thought it was a really good response from OKC. I think his box score stat line probably was a little misleading in terms of I think he missed some shots and some finishes he typically makes. Had a couple loud mistakes, which at times even I am a victim of overreacting to. But again, I mean, if you zoom all the way in or zoom all the way out from our team to our individuals, and then, as you said, that kid who's played 15 some odd games in his career to be able to play these last two games is an invaluable experience.
Back to Tim.
The play where you had a three taken off the board, just how do you think the guys handled the disappointment, the anger, the frustration of that moment, and then trying to play through it?
Yeah, I think there was a few times tonight that we allowed the result of the play or the possession or something that just happened to linger a little too long. NBA games are long. You're going to get the ball's going to bounce your way. That a couple times tonight felt like we were going to maybe get an extended lead. We missed some shots. Felt like we were going to get an extended lead. They made some big shots, and you just kind of got to continue to find ways to walk through games and operate at that unwavering, unflinching disposition to not allow things, especially that you can't control, affect the next thing, especially, or next things plurally, because that's how you can participate in the runs getting bigger or more extended against you.
I know you're not. You'll never make an excuse, obviously, but you basically just had a rodeo trip. I mean, you've been on the road for 3.5 weeks or whatever it is, sans 2 days. How much better do you think the group got? I mean, obviously now you're whole or close to whole, but how much better do you think the group got just being away from home for this long, going through all the experiences you guys have the last 12 games or whatever it is?
I think it's been great. I also think it's probably even more intimate because at the start of this trip we didn't have everybody because the injured guys were home because we made a decision that we felt was the best for their rehab. And so I actually think we haven't been on the road all together during that whole time, but I think it did make the last stretch when we were together more intimate, and I think you could feel the guys coming together on and off the court.
Time for one last question. Maxine in the middle.
Mitch, I'm just curious right now as a coach, what do you tell the guys in the locker room? Like, just that you are proud of them, basically, mostly, or that there is room to improve? Or, and I guess, how are they feeling them right now?
Yeah, I think don't want to speak for them, but I'm assuming and I'm feeling pretty frustrated because we lost the game. I'm also feeling after 25 games in, I believe, that we've shown some signs that we can be a pretty good team, and we've also showed that we have a lot of areas of improvement. And I think that's where we're living today, and hopefully tomorrow we can continue to get a little bit better and minimize some of the things that we need to improve on.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.